Our fellowship will begin in 3 minutes, so please kindly turn on your camera if it's possible and keep your microphone muted during the session. I look forward to seeing you all in 3 minutes. Thank you. Yes, it is. It's a beautiful song. Hello, Miss Minji.
Hello.
How are you?
Good morning, everyone. It's morning in
Good morning.
Zambia.
Oh, morning in Zambia. Actually, it's afternoon in Korea. What about in your places? Yeah.
The afternoon in Daegu.
Oh, from
Mr.
Daegu.
George, I know you are from Malawi.
Hello. Joining from Malawi. Welcome. Nice to meet you. The song is soothing. And good morning from Netherlands. Wow. Good morning, Mr. Lally.
Good morning, Rachel. Hello, Henry.
All right. Can we start? Okay. Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to all journalists, media professionals joining us today for the Global Peace Media Fellowship. My name is Rachel, and I'll be your MC for today. So today we are joined by journalists and media experts from Africa, Europe, Asia, and many other parts of the world. We sincerely appreciate all of you taking the time to be here despite your busy schedules. Before we begin, we would like to make one brief announcement. Please note that parts of today's event may be recorded or captured for documentation and archiving purposes. Photos and video materials may later be used for this event highlights and promotional materials in diverse platforms like HWPL and MAGP. The Global Peace Media Fellowship is being held under the slogan Power to Connect, Duty to Reflect. We will gather once a month to exchange perspectives on media and society, share articles and media content from different countries, discuss field experiences, and build international networking. We truly hope that today's fellowship becomes a valuable starting point for deeper dialogue, international friendship, and continued collaboration among journalists and media professionals around the world. Now, here is our index. Today's fellowship will go in 3 main sessions: opening questions, articles and insight sharing, and community announcement. Now, let us begin our first session, opening questions. We'd like to keep this session relaxed and interactive. Before today's fellowship, we collected responses through a Google form, and many participants shared thoughtful and diverse answers. Today, we'll go through some of those responses together and open the conversation around them to connect one another. Please feel free to share any thoughts, experiences, or reflections in the chat. You're also welcome to leave short comments or reactions to other participants' responses. And for the time limitation, please keep your answer not long. Before we begin, I would like to take a moment to warmly welcome everyone joining us. So since this is our second fellowship, I would like to extend a special welcome to those who have returned after participating in our first fellowship. Thank you for choosing to join us again. We are truly grateful to have you back. And welcome. I can see Mr. Jonathan. Welcome back. Miss Minji. Yeah, you were in the first fellowship, right? Welcome. And I can see Miss Juliet. Welcome back. Thank you. And I can see Mr. Emmanuel Mwimba. You're you're also here during the first fellowship, right? Mr. George and Mr. Emmanuel, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us back again. Thank you again. And also Dr. Harrison, thank you and welcome. And I'd also like to extend a very warm welcome to everyone joining us for the first time. We are delighted to have you with us today and sincerely appreciate you taking the time to be part of this fellowship. Can you raise your hand if it's your first time to attend? Or I can call your name. This I can see Mr. Lalipusa. It's his first time, right? Oh, thumbs up. Hello. And oh, yeah, I mean, and who else? Who else is the first? Oh, Mr. George too? Oh, Mr. George, is this your first time to be here to join our fellowship? Okay, I can see some of your names here. And if it's possible, can you turn on your camera so that we can communicate each other if it's possible? Oh, it was your second time. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, so I think Mr. Lalit will be, yeah, it's your first time and welcome. And can you introduce yourself just like briefly, like your name, your organization, and also your country?
Hey, thank you so much, Rachel. And from Netherlands, I'd like to say good morning to everybody. I know you all are from different location. And thank you for arranging this. And this is my first time. I am just a newbie here in this group. My name is Lalit Kusal. Sometimes I call myself, my name is Climate, because I'm a founder of My Name is Climate. I would like to see people are connecting themselves. Thank you for MK, Minji, saying Mr. Climate. Sometimes people do call me Mr. Climate. So what I'm trying to do from my foundation is people to connect themselves to the ecosystem. We are all part of the ecosystem. And after that, we are somebody, we are different gender, we are from some country or whatever we do. So that's me and my foundation and my background. I'm a filmmaker, producer, writer. Even I worked as a journalist, and I am a social worker. Yeah, so part of more than 4 or 5 foundations. Some of those foundations are active from my own side, and some of the foundation was started in collaboration with the Amsterdam Municipal. And we are also part of interfaith activities and things. So a lot is going on. If I start to talk about me, the whole session will be about me. So I will keep it short. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you. And you can also hear the details from him later during session 2. And I also want to hear from Mr. Harrison Theory. Can you also introduce yourself? So just briefly, because I saw you turn on the camera a while ago, if it's possible. Oh, hello.
All right, my name is Harrison Piri. I'm from Zambia, and I'm a proprietor of a radio station called Radio Delight Kwitonta in Muchinga province of Zambia. I'm also a journalist. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for introducing yourself. And I'm so sorry, but I also want to hear from Mr. George. Mr. George, can you speak? Is it, are you available to speak? We want to hear from you. Yeah, yes.
Am I audible enough?
Hello, I can hear you.
All right, I'm George Nkandawire. I'm a journalist with the Malawi Broadcasting Corporation, MBC. It's a state-owned media house. Yeah, and I'm so interested in global peace, and I love peace so much. It doesn't look good where you hear some conflict in some other areas. You hear issues of wars, the fights. That we need to coexist as a people, despite whatever that comes on our way. But peace is paramount important. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your comments. And I also want to hear from Mr. Joseph. We want to hear from you. Mr. Joseph, can you?
Sorry, I joined the meeting late. What am I supposed to say?
Oh, can you briefly introduce yourself, your name, your country, and your organization? All right.
Okay. My name is Joseph Piri. I'm from Zambia, Lusaka to be precise. And I work for the Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation Radio 2. I'm a producer there, and I'm a peace ambassador for HWPL. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Piri. And lastly, I also want to hear from Mr. Afonso, Mr. Kasongo. Can you introduce yourself briefly? Sorry, am I the one? I can't hear your voice well. Oh, sorry, Mr. Alfonso. We can't hear you well. Maybe there is a microphone issue. Can you check just a little bit? Yeah. While you're checking your speaker microphone, we can we can come back to you, and can we can we hear from Mr. Emmanuel first, then Miss Juliet then? Mr. Emmanuel, can you introduce yourself?
All right, thank you so much for this opportunity. Good morning, everyone. My name actually is Emmanuel Mwemba from Zambia, and I'm coming from Zambia News and Information Services, ZANIS. I'm a journalist actually, and also an ambassador for peace, because I believe peace is the foundation of the nation's development. So without peace, the country can't develop. Yeah, so this prompted me to also be part of this team because I believe where peace dwells, there is always room for development. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Uh, let's go back to Mr. Alfonso Kasongo. Can we hear from you now? It's muted. Ah, let me. Oh, I think. Oh yes, we
Hello,
cannot
good
hear
morning.
from you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Is everyone able to pick me now?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you so very much. My apologies first for joining the meeting late. Yes, I just want to take this opportunity once again to just introduce myself. I'm Alfonso Kasongo. I am a journalist from a private institution called Powerhouse Media Group, and I'm so much interested in the championing global peace, especially when the world is experiencing a lot of conflict. So I just want us to know my role as a journalist in which I can play in this situation. That's why I can say at the moment, all the best to everyone that has joined in. Let's put our heads together and interact. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Mr. Alfonso. And we are so delighted to have all of you with us today. And we are sure that your participation will make this fellowship even more meaningful and inspiring. So, with that, let's officially begin with the first question. Okay, so the first question is, what keywords or issues have been most frequently covered by the media in your country over the past month? In case of Korea, one of the biggest stories recently was the National Assembly election, which received nationwide attention. And Korea is one of the countries that truly love soccer, so there has also been a lot of excitement and media coverage surrounding the FIFA World Cup. What about in your country? What have been the biggest stories making headlines over the past months? Uh, let's see. Here are some issues that you shared formally through the registration form. Yeah. So there is elections, politics issue, peace, El Nino, governance, and conflicts. So sharing your answer, please briefly introduce your name and please raise your hand if you want to say something about this question. Anyone who wants to go first? I want to hear just big issues recently going on in your country. Is there anyone? Or I want to Injiko?
I saw Miss Juliet raising her hand.
Oh, Miss Juliet. Oh, thank you. Yes, Miss Juliet. Can you share your answer?
I think for the case of Zambia, nothing much has changed from the meeting we had last time. As you may know, 2026, we're having general elections, which will be, technically speaking, in a month's time. So most of the issues in the media are, stemming from the elections, the campaigns, and, all that. So the elections has really taken a lot, in terms of coverage in Zambia. And recently also the El Nino issue has made a bit of noise as well. You know, there's this, the prediction. So that as well. Of course, there are other issues, but I think elections, El Nino, mostly those are like being talked about a lot. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Just in case if someone is not familiar with El Nino, can you just shortly explain what El Nino issue is?
Well, El Nino, this is what has been predicted by the World Meteorological Department about extreme weather conditions that are going to, I think for now it's already happening in some parts of Europe where there's a heat wave. But also even here in Zambia towards the end of 2026 all the way through up to 2027, we expect increased temperatures and, just issues around that. So mostly that is what El Nino is about.
I see. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing. It was really helpful to understand how like Zambian people are like face on which issues nowadays. And what about others? Is there anyone who wants to share issues from your country or your region? I also want to hear from Mr. Lalipusa. Can you share? Oh, we are so interested to hear the issue in Netherlands and your country.
Thank you. Am I only the one who's joining from Europe, or anybody else?
It is.
Okay. So I will just keep it short then. I'm not expert to answer this, but still I have some information which I like to share. The Dutch media is mostly covering national issues like a housing crisis, quite a lot housing crisis going on in the Netherlands, and the immigration policies when we're talking about the climate change, the nitrogen and the climate goals, and the cost of living as well. So these are the main extreme, on top news. And there is a channel called NOS. It is a publicly funded broadcasting channel, and they are most trusted. So this channel almost cover these topics. Unfortunately, there is no dedicated English broadcasting company in Netherlands. There is a company like a DW in Germany. Even in Belgium, there are some other companies, but I would like to see some major changes coming in Netherlands, who can also broadcast some news in English. There are something available which is online. Yeah. While I'm on here, I really it's interesting that I'm hearing some information about the climate change and all these things from your country, and I would like to hear more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Basal, for sharing the answer. I think the climate change issue is very serious topic, not even in Europe, but also in the whole continent. Right. Thank you very much once again. And lastly, I also want to hear from the last one. Lastly, who wants to share the topic or the issue from your country? Is there anyone? Okay.
Hello.
I think. Oh, hello, Mr. Kasongo. Can you share?
Yes. Yes. Just to add something, like I introduced myself, I'm Alfonso from Zambia, Lusaka to be specific. Yes. I just want to add something on what Juliet has just raised concerning the El Nino. The issues that have been raised, by both the public and the government itself through the Zambia Electricity Supply, ZESCO, which is the main utility power company or electricity company here in Zambia. Actually, there's been a call from the government side for Zambians to invest more in solar energy in anticipation of the said El Nino effect. So the government is calling upon Zambians to ensure that they secure the solar energy at this moment when they are very cheap and accessible. Okay, and then also, despite having encouraging us Zambians to invest into solar energy, the government has also assured that we may have a stable power supply from that is hydro from this end going into that situation. But we must be ready for adverse impact of the El Nino. So I just wanted to add something on what Juliet has just highlighted. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kasonga, to extend the information about El Nino issues. Thank you very much. And now, it was great to hear the different stories and issues from your countries. So your sharing helped us better understanding what is happening around the world. Now let's move on to our second question. And the question number 2 and 3 is especially for our fellow participants who joined us for the first time. And number 2, what was the most rewarding experience you had as a journalist or a media professional? There are the answers we got in advance. Sharing insights on peace journalism with fellow journalists, individual experiences from fellow journalists. Oh, they share the answer first. I want to hear who answered sharing insights on peace journalism with fellow journalists. Can I hear from him or her? Who answered this? Okay, or is there anyone who wants to share? A short one sentence response is perfectly fine. You can go.
I think it was just good to hear perspectives from journalists, even those I'm from Zambia, so it was good to hear the different perspectives from journalists, both those from Zambia and even those from Malawi and elsewhere, talking about issues to do with peace. It was a good sharing platform for me.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. Yes, it is. What about others? Is there anyone who wants to share? What is the rewarding experience you had as a journalist? Is there like your own story? I would like to hear from Mr. Harrison Perry. Can you speak? And Miss Amanda as
Yes,
well.
I just raised my hand. Hello, I'm the director of PR department in Global 8 branch. And actually, I major in English literature and hospitality tourism. So I'm not really a person related in journalism before. But once I started volunteering in HWPL works, and I really got interested in this journalism part, and I think this is the most important department in our organization as well, because we have the power to spread the words to globally. So when I talking about the rewarding experience, even though I'm not a journalist or media professional, but recently, last year, I created one online platform, news platform, which name is Global Chronicle. So I could also share our like peaceful news in my platform too, and through like communicating with our journalists and then media experts here, I could learn how I can be the really messenger of peace. So I think every day, not like every day is my rewarding experience. And then I also wanted to learn a lot from you guys here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing, and it was a wonderful story. And I also want to hear from other. Yes, Mr. Lalipusa, can you share what was the rewarding experience?
Okay, just like Amanda said, I mean, I am not writing a straight article, but there are a lot of activities has been played by myself and my organizations. We are part of interfaith groups where we talk about peace and love and how we can come together and share harmony in between. So these are the activities being supported by Amsterdam Municipal on south of the Amsterdam. And I've been active with the peace interfaith thing since my childhood, actually. And even I traveled in World Youth Conferences when I was young. So there was a massive gathering in India back in 1997, where I met a lot of like-minded people like yourself who are sitting in this panel at the moment from the different part of the world. That was in 1997. So you can see there's a long history. And we also work together with England, Church of England groups in the UK, talking about peace and harmony through the channel of interfaith. So these are a few things. But later on, I added a film festival category for my. There is two film festivals which I run. One is in the UK and one is in Netherlands now. So on that, I added a category for filmmakers who are talking about the peace and harmony and giving them the platform. So that's my contribution towards to it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Mr. Busa. It's always inspiring to hear the stories behind the work at the moments to make the journalism so meaningful. And I also saw the hands from Mr. George McIntyre. Can you share? Thank you.
All right, yeah. Thank you. Basically, mine is just an experience. A few days ago, I was in China for an exchange program which Malay government has with the Chinese government. So we are a number of journalists. We visited China and we toured a number of places. So my interest so much was when we visited the Shanxi. That's another province in China. So we visited Shanxi Media Center, their television and radio center. They said it was established around the 1970s, thereabout. So our visit there, I had an interest because I had to ask them to say, how do you maintain order, or how have you lived as a country orderly like this for quite some time without issues of conflict? Because in Africa and other places, there are always issues of conflict, and then how is the media working to make sure that there is peace in the country? So the experience is that they said that as a nation, as a country, they rely on the laws that are there that provide issues of fairness, issues of balance, and as well as issues of openness whenever there are issues that may be of conflict. So, out of interest, it was an interesting thing because I've never been to China. The other ends that I've visited are mostly the West, like the US, in Togo, UK, this other end. But I've never been to the East. So it was my first time visiting that site. And it was quite an experiencing moment to see people. They are happy people, honestly speaking. Our friends have developed, they are moving faster. And I hope someday maybe Africa as well will face the same direction. So hopefully, mine was not an experience in terms of peace, but the way these people coexist, these people live together, it has taught me several lessons that have brought back home. And I will use that in my career every day. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, Mr. George. Well, yeah, I think we can also earn precious experiences and moments from other countries and cultures as well. Thank you so much. And for the time limitation, I'd like to go to the next question. Is it okay? Okay, now let's move on to our last question. Question number 3. What values do you consider most important when writing or producing media content? And before sharing the answer, I can see another European journalist from Germany, right? Hello, Mr. Andreas Clam. Welcome back. Hey, is there anyone who wants to share? Who wants to share? Go first. And I can also hear, since we got the answer in advance, there was the answer like peace, accuracy, research, significance, impact. Okay, who wants to go first? Oh, and I can also see Mr. Osman. Hello. And let's continue with our question number 3. I can see.
Hello.
Oh, hello. And what an energetic hello. Mr. Osman, if you're able to speak, can you share question number 3 to us?
Question number 3.
Yeah, it's what values do you consider most important when writing or producing media content?
I
Can
should
you
say
share?
it's
Or
yeah,
do you need
sure. That's
more
no problem.
time? Thank you.
Yeah, mostly I go for accuracy. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, so most of the times when I'm going for
Accuracy.
media content,
Oh, I see.
so yeah, sure. So
Thank you.
when I'm producing media content, I go for accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Right, accuracy is really
this is so just because as in media personnel, we have to make sure that when we are coming out with uh, media content, we should have all concerned parties involved in the content that we are producing. This is so just because it makes the content to have the most valuable information. Yeah, there is no need to have inaccurate information when you have it. I think that's all I can say on this one. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, as you say, accuracy is really most important perspectives that we need. Yeah, we need to consider. What about Mr. Kasongo? What do you think?
Okay. Yes. For me, my take will be on the first determinant that I'll bank on is the significance of the story. Why am I doing this story? Is a basic component that I need to look at uh, before doing anything, before producing anything. Why is this story important? What is it that I want to talk about comes maybe second. And then that brings me to the point of now is to look at other determinants for that story, or maybe media coverage. I look now to do research so that I come up with the accurate information and also impact. So first, like I have said it from the beginning, that I'll look for significance, then do the research so that I come up with a very good story which is accurate, and of course it's from that you can also bring in other news determinants. I submit. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing, Mr. Kasongo. Yes, as you said, like, what am I doing this? Why is it important? What should I write? Like, these questions are like asking to myself as a journalist is really important thing. And I can also see, I also want to hear from Mr. Harrison Peary. Hello.
Hi. Yeah, this question is really important, and all the points which have been indicated here seem to be correct. What matters is how you handle your journalism, or what you matter most among these points. So with me, I'll go first with accuracy. You know, given this is the group piece media by HWPL, most of those covering peace stories or peaceful stories, they would rather consider a point of peace. You know, if you are covering a story which is talking about peace, first you consider peace, then later on you go and research which one which story can have a powerful message concerning peace. And you also look at the impact which it will bring to the community once it's disseminated, or once you put it on news, or once you put it on radio or TV as a program. But most of the time, we go for accuracy. You know, without accuracy, it becomes difficult for you to research. But first of all, you have to think of a foundation of a journalist. Most of them, the trustworthy journalism, they consider accuracy. Then they research, then they go for the significance and the impact just in that sequence. So if you're covering a peace story, you go for peace. These other stories, you go for accuracy. What matters is the type of the story you are covering. But most of the time, most of the journalists, they consider accuracy. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peary. Oh, yes, right. Like, he also emphasizes accuracy as the most important value as a journalist. Okay, so I'd like to ask last one who wants to share. Is there anyone? Maybe I also want to hear from Mr. Busa. Yeah. Oh, you raised your hands. Mr. Busa, what do you think the most value as a journalist when you write the
I
article or like
I
media?
agree. I agree with my fellow participant in this, and it's nice they are opening this discussion. But sometimes my way of working is a little bit different. It depends on the situation as well. Yesterday, there was a heat wave in Europe, especially in Netherlands where I live. It was code red. And just day before, um, I was writing about the code, I think yellow or something, and then suddenly it changed into nasty one. And then I thought, okay, I'm talking about these things on through my media. I would like to do something. So in the code red, I went outside with a lot of water for vulnerable people and the children's maybe because not everybody is aware of these alert. And I was surprised to see a lot of elderly people was out there, a lot of children were there with mothers, some pregnant ladies, and they are gasping for breathing, and there was no nice shadow space because Netherlands is not designed to fight with or deal with these kind of weather. Such as in a lot of African country or even India or Dubai, you talk about Arab countries, they are prepared with these weathers. They have air conditioning, they have shadows, areas where people can go and relax, and they have proper system, right? So, and I was a bit aware of that, and bit surprised for me was there was not a single person from the municipal or even an ambulance or anybody who can assist these people in this situation was not there. I was standing with my table with serving water to everybody from 12 o'clock on the peak time till 4:30. I announced on my flyer that I will stand there from 12:30 till 2:30, but I extended that and I served more than 600 plus people, just one person doing that job. Um, and I was just chatting with the local people. Why you were outside? What is the reason behind it? You know, didn't you hear about the red alert? Those children, they need to go in a shadow. All this information I was passing to them, and same time I was getting their feedback. And whatever the feedback I received, and whatever I did my observation, I wrote a report. So I'm coming to that now. So it is impact of I will take, the live research while I was there distributing the water, that was my research as well while I'm serving people, and the impact of the weather. And I wrote a whole report where I am pointing my finger towards the municipal where I live. Maybe they will not support me in my activities in the future. Maybe they will be offended what I'm going to do now after publishing my report from my own website. So yeah, sometimes situation can change, and for me, like I go according to the situation. Sometimes I jump from one box to another box. Just depends on the environment or these kind of activities. Yeah, that's my take on this. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you very much for sharing. Wow. Yes, I think you're doing like do the actions and you put your efforts to into action. Very and I can also hear can I also hear from Mr. George? Wow, our discussion is getting more active. Leslie,
All right,
can we thank you.
yeah, mine is a quick one. I will look on issues of objectivity. I consider that because I have to make sure that I report without putting in my personal interests in the story or like personal influence on the story. So objectivity has to be at the center of it, and as well issues of responsibility, considering the impact of my reporting and as well as avoiding unnecessary harm to the other end. That's what I consider most when I'm producing a program, and as well as considering writing an article. So I will consider both ends. Then lastly, on the issues of make sure that my report or my production is clear on issues of clarity. Because sometimes misinformation comes in when a journalist or a producer or a media house doesn't report correctly. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing, Mr. George. I heard the word clarity, and that is really important value for as a journalist. Thank you. And I'm so sorry but I also want to hear from Mr. Andreas. This will be the last, really the last one. Can you share, Mr. Andreas, if you're able?
Need to unmute the microphone. I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful. The most important, what value do you consider most important? Actually, I believe it's the part of a research and also to have some kind of impact for good. And of course, if we have a chance, it's not always possible, but to be an advocate for peace, which I do love very much and which I like to share as founder of lovepeacepeople.org. And it's if we are able to reach more people to get active, as the example before mentioned, because of a heat situation ongoing in the Netherlands or even in Germany with 41 degrees and more, which is quite dangerous, helping each other, motivating each other to partaking, helping other people, or to reach more people for peace and for international understanding and dialogue seems to be a great gift and very important for all of us, not only for the journalists and not only for the media, of course, but for all people.
Thank you very much, Andreas. I really, it's good to hear your voice, and thank you for sharing. Thank you, everyone, for your valuable participation, for sharing your experiences so openly today. So your insights and perspectives have made this fellowship truly meaningful. So we hope today's conversations have not only provided new ideas and inspiration, but also strengthened the connections within our growing international media community. And now we will move on to session 2, article and insight sharing. In this session, participants will share media content and field experiences that they have personally created and covered. Beyond simply introducing media content, we hope this becomes a space to discuss why certain topics were chosen, what challenges arose during reporting, and what reactions or experiences emerged in the field. Please include the following points in your presentation: a brief summary of the article, the background or motivation behind writing the article, and reflections or impressions while writing the article. Please keep your presentation within 5 or 10 minutes. Also, if you have any questions through presentations, please hold on all your questions until all presentations are completely finished. Then, shall we invite our first presenter? And our first presenter is Mr. Lalipusa, an award-winning filmmaker and the founder of My Name is Climate. Today, he will introduce his feature film, Crushed Wings, which addresses important human rights issues, including female genital mutilation, forced marriage, and violence against women and girls. Through this powerful film, Mr. Buzol explores how storytelling can raise awareness of hidden social issues, encourage public dialogue, and inspire positive change. His work reminds us that film is not only a form of entertainment, but also a powerful medium for education, advocacy, and peace building. We'd love to hear what inspired him to create Crushed Wings and what message he hopes audiences around the world will take away from it. Mr. Busa, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Rachel, again, once more time. um, I wanted to hear a lot of other members in this group, but I think I'm speaking most. But okay, let's carry on. Thank you so much for adding in Crushed Wings in this meetup. I believe this is working as a tool for everybody. And as I see, my colleagues are joining from Africa, and this practice has been done quite a lot in Africa, in Egypt. The whole history of the FGM is coming from the Egypt. So as you asked me, what is the motivation? Simply, the motivation is to support vulnerable people, these young girls. From my side, this is a small contribution, I will say. And this happened not just like this. I was a part of one of the film festival event in Indonesia in 2015, and I was screening one film which was about human trafficking. So now you can understand that I choose those kind of subject, which is quite challenging. And I was called by one of the prince from Indonesia to be part of that festival, and I was talking about film, and suddenly these group of students, I think there were more than 500 students there. They asked me, what is your next project? And I straight away, my mind just came out with this answer. I wasn't aware of FGM that time, to be honest. I just said, I'm going to work on something again, which is about the child abuse, but it's not talked openly, and maybe it is taboo. And the story is really it is kept under the carpet. So I would like to talk about that. I just say that. And when I came back home in the UK, that time I used to live in the UK. So when I came back home, I started my research, and I was looking for subject which matter most, and which is quite highlighted as child abuse, mostly. And then the FGM word was keep on coming in front of my eyes. And then I did my research about female genital mutilation. It was really painful to see what is happening. And it is quite challenging for a man to think about, oh, am I going to talk about the female genitalia? Is it okay for me as a filmmaker to talk about it? Those kind of questions came in my head. It was very, very challenging for me, honestly, to make a decision. And I have a lot of Islamic Muslim friends also. And I spoke to them. I said, look, there is this practice happening. Is it happens in your community? They said, no, it doesn't happen in our community, and it's not in Islam. So I did more deep research. So I figured out that certain community, they are doing this practice without any knowledge, and they believe that this is happening in their religion, and they want to respect their religion. And they want to do this, and there are multiple reasons behind it. I did a lot of research about that. Then I came back to my friends and I said, okay, listen, on this subject, I would like to make a film. And to be honest, my relation with my friend was muted for maybe 1 or 2 months. They don't want to talk to me for a certain time. Then I said, look, if you really look at this, the whole picture of this project, we are not trying to target any religion here. We are trying to talk about the taboo, right? We are trying to even clean that slate as well, because a lot of people, they have a misunderstanding. They think it happens in Islam. And we're going to clean that also. And he asked me, how are you going to clean that? I said, I will add in scene from the Quran where it described that FGM doesn't allow from the Islamic point of view. And when people will watch it, it will help, it will also help to your community. So this misunderstanding will be clear up. So it's educational from many different angles. And to be honest, after that, I had Muslim actors, Muslim producers, Muslim the team members. They came as a force. Of course, I had other team members, Christian, and some people who really like to talk about human rights and human rights. They came forward to work together with me. And amazingly, we spent very good time together, and we made this film. So simply, this issue is very sensitive issue, and it's very hard for people to bring it into conversation when I was trying to speak to people, and I took it as a challenge. Okay, I will try to make this as a tool so people can speak about this issue with open mind, right? And they can use this film maybe as a tool for educational purpose. Maybe Rachel want to talk to Amanda about FGM, but she cannot say word or say in a detail how this thing happens. Then she can just use this film as a tool to educate her. Are you getting me? So that's what happened. And NHS, National Health Service, they came forward. That is England's National Health Services, like they provide all the facility, hospitals, clinics in UK. They came forward, they used my film as the tool for midwives and doctors to educate them. And now a film being used by many NGOs. Maybe if some people heard about Zonta International, they work for human rights. They are using this film as a tool as well. Now, Amsterdam Municipal, they are using this film as a tool to educate, all the professionals. We recently had an event organized by Amsterdam Municipal, and I had a chance to speak, separately after the panel discussion. So I'm just going to keep it short now. So this is the motivation, simply talk about something which is very important with a lot of guts, I will say, without offending anybody. So that was my challenge, and I am happy that I delivered it through Krishmas.
Okay. Done, Mr. Alipusa?
Yeah.
I think.
Did I cover everything? If anything left in between, you can feel free to ask me a question if you like, Rachel, because sometimes when I'm in a flow, I just forget about the questions. I just go in my rhythm.
Yes, there is a short trailer, a video that you prepared for the audiences. Can we go? Can we play this?
Ria,
yeah,
today we have to go your auntie's house.
Which one?
Savannah. You have to wear this, okay?
Okay.
Wow, look at these feathers. They're so beautiful.
This is my fairy wings.
Can I have them?
But it's mine.
I was only 7. In that room, they crushed my wings. They clipped it off so that I may never be a fairy again.
What I witnessed today, this was disgrace. It was an attack against our traditions.
What choice do we have? Tell me.
What have you done? I don't know, Dad. Call the ambulance! Mia?
In this country, we don't allow that to happen.
You gotta look after yourself, you know? Because you got my kid in you.
Ria wants a divorce.
Go find Raja. He need to sort his mess out.
Just put the gun down, bro. Get off me, Hira. Put the gun down! Get off my way! Bro, stop! Get out my way, Hira!
Yes, the video that we watched is the short clip of of his film, The Crushed Wings, and you can also watch on YouTube. He shared the link on our comment or chat. And is there any last comment or words that you want to share, like Mr. Lalipusa?
Yeah,
About the movie?
thank you so much. Yeah, I would like to say the film is available online as well. It's available on multiple platforms, and for international access, like my friends who are joining from Africa, there is also this film is available on Plex, which is free platform. So I will write down Plex information here, and it will be with some advertising in between. So people who want to watch film on high resolution, then this film is also available on Apple TV, Amazon TV, Google TV, and widely available in America, South America. So it is distributed by my own company. So I am not only a filmmaker, I also run a film festival and appreciate other people's work. As like I can see Andres, he's a musician. Likewise, a lot of friends, they are connected with me, and I connect other people also. So, and I'm a distributor for these kind of content. So through My Name is Climate, I'm working together with some good platform where I also help a lot of filmmakers to come forward. So kindly watch the film and leave your feedback maybe on IMDb, which the link is shared by Amanda, and connect with us. And if you like to write something about the Crush Wings as a journalist, that will help us to use this as a tool in your country as well, and as it is used in Europe. So you will not find such a film which include a lot of elements, not just talking about FGM, is about the trauma of the women from the childhood, how she goes through this trauma, and then what happens on her adulthood, what kind of psychological things she goes through, what kind of physical things she goes through. All these things are in this film. So once you watch it, you will know what I'm trying to say. So thank you so much for adding this film in this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Mr. Lalikusa. The story that movie shows is very impactful, but however, it's so painful. I can't believe that this happens in some part of the world. I think many people realize that these issues are important, but they often stop at thinking about them, like wondering is it really okay for me to speak up or take action? Like we all concerning about this, but I think Mr. Lalit, you however seem to be someone who consistently raised your voice about these social issues and turns your convictions into actions. I truly admire that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And let's give him a round of applause. And our next presenter is Mr. Osman Kaliati, a journalist from Times Group, Malawi. Following Mr. Lali Busa's presentation, we have selected another article that shares a similar theme. Today's article is about a child abuse case in Malawi. It highlights the importance of protecting children and shows how the media can bring attention to important social issue. Today, we'd like to hear from Mr. Kaliati about this story and what he experienced while covering it and why he believes this issue is important. Mr. Kaliati, would you like to share your story with us? And let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
Yeah, hello. So this is Osman Kariati in Malawi, specifically in Salima district. Basically, as you can see on the front on the page of the story, I had to write this story about this girl because the girl was actually infringed. You know, she was not going to school just because her parents received money from the suspect who defrauded the young girl. After investigating the story about the girl, I noticed that the police were not acting on the story just because they were also involved on the act of corruption. They were also given some money so that they should arrest the suspect or the suspect who defrauded the girl. So I noticed that here in Malawi we have a problem that most girls are being defrauded. Their rights are being infringed. So I had to come up with this lighting, and then it's been something that we are having as a challenge here in Malawi, whereby most girls are being defrauded, but then their cases are not being reported. They go unreported each and every day in our districts. Here we have this challenge, and I understand that locally in our societies here in Malawi, girls are being seen as people who cannot make it in life, especially whereby they cannot make it to school. Like they're meant for marriage. They're meant to be housewives, whereby they cannot achieve something. So I've been writing stories about girls' rights. A girl child should not be infringed. Girls should be notably, seen and recognized in a community as someone who can contribute to the economic development of the country or the nation or the district or something else. So probably I should say in this story the girl has been out there for some weeks. She's in standard 4 and she's 11 years old. She got defrauded, and then the father went missing with the help of the community leaders, with also the help of the police who are public service members, and then they are not supposed to take part in this kind of act. And the public service institutions like the police, they're supposed to be there and fight for the rights of those who are being infringed. But in this case, we have seen that the girl was infringed. So this is the only reason why I had to come up with this kind of reporting, just to ensure that those kind of cases should be seen, should be brought to the.
Hello, Mr. Kaliati. Oh, I think it's because of the internet connection. Oh, Okay, so due to time limitation, I think we need to go to the next presenter. But thank you so much for the powerful presentation. I sincerely hope that no one has to experience such a painful tragedies again. And thank you for speaking up about like these important issues and helping people become more aware of them and encouraging conversations and lead us toward meaningful solutions. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Kaliati. And can we proceed to the next presenter? Our next presenter is Mr. Chewy C. Lean, a photographer, documentary filmmaker, and photojournalist from the Marshall Islands. Mr. Lean is known for using photography to tell stories about peace, culture, climate change, and the lives of Pacific communities. Today, instead of a news article or documentary, we'll explore how powerful images can also tell meaningful stories and help people better understand the world around us. And Miss Amanda Kim will kindly introduce his photo project and share the stories of his work. Thank Miss Amanda.
Hello, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon and good evening, everyone. Today, I want to take you to a small ring of island in the Pacific Ocean called Enuetak Atoll, part of Marshall Islands. To many. Can we move to the next slide? So to many, it looks like a tropical paradise, right? But beneath the surface, it holds a deeply painful history. And between 1946 and 1958, the United States conducted 67 atmospheric nuclear tests in the Marshall Islands. And especially in Enuetak Atoll, in particular, was the ground zero for many of these massive detonations. And decades have passed, but the radiation and contamination from that nuclear legacy remain a harsh reality for the local community today. And this is the photo took by Chui Lin. And like imagine living in a place where you cannot even touch the ground beneath your feet to build your own home. And in Enuetak Atoll, the local sand and rocks are deeply contaminated with radioactive materials. So this means the community cannot dig the local soil, nor can they use their own islands' natural resources for construction. So doing so would risk their health and safety too. Therefore, every single place of basic building material, even simple sand and rock, must be brought in from somewhere else outside of the island. This brings him to the powerful photograph I want to share with you today. And this image was captured by Chui Lin, a talented photographer and filmmaker from Marshall Islands. And these are the photos took by him. And these are the cranes from Australia. And what you see here in Australian Navy vessel arriving at Enuetak Atoll, it is not carrying weapons or military gear. Instead, it is loaded with heavy bags of sand and rocks. And this image captures a profound moment of international solidarity. And it shows the global community stepping up to help the Enuetak Atoll people rebuilding their lives. But at the same time, this photograph is stark and visual reminder of the ongoing tragedy of the nuclear legacy. And it forces us to ask a critical question. What happens when a community loses even the right to use their own earth? Through Chui Lin's lens, we are reminded that peace is not just the absence of war. It is about healing the wounds of the past and ensuring a safe and sustainable environment for the generation to come. This is of the photos took by Mr. Chuilin, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Miss Amanda. Let's give her another round of applause. And I believe one scene or a shot of photo contains full story as well. The presentation reminded us that a single photograph can tell a powerful story. It showed us that peace is not only about ending conflict, but also about protecting people, restoring communities, and remembering the lessons of history. Thank you for sharing this meaningful story with us today. And lastly, our last presentation today is from Mr. Andy Vermont, founder of Indegazet B in Belgium. In this presentation, he introduces one of his recent articles covering a peace demonstration held in Seoul, where citizens gathered to peacefully express their hopes for unity and peace. His reporting highlights not only the event itself, but also the voices of the people who participated and the importance of documenting peaceful civic engagement through the media. To help everyone better understand the background of this story, our team has prepared a short news video. Let's watch the video together first.
It's been 5 days since protests erupted over ballot shortages during South Korea's local elections, and the crowd gathered at a vote counting facility in Seoul continues to demand a new election. On Monday, angry citizens gathered at Olympic Park in Seoul to protest what they describe as a flawed election process and to call for a re-election. The protests continued past midnight. The controversy began on June 3rd, Election Day, when ballot shortages were reported at more than a dozen polling stations across Seoul, including in the Jamsil area. At some locations, voting was temporarily suspended, preventing some eligible voters from casting their ballots. Other polling stations had to extend voting hours until 10 p.m., well beyond the 6 p.m. closing time. The National Election Commission later revealed that a total of 91 polling stations across the country experienced ballot shortages on Election Day. President Lee Jae-myung has expressed deep regret over the incident, calling for a thorough review of what went wrong and how the situation was handled. Police have launched a full-scale investigation into the case on Monday. The Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency's Major Crimes Investigation Division said that it had secured online chat records among election workers and had interviewed public officials involved in election administration, as well as citizens who were unable to vote due to the ballot shortages. Investigators have also identified the printing company responsible for supplying the ballots. Police are examining whether the National Election Commission followed its ballot distribution guidelines and are reviewing the entire decision-making process surrounding ballot allocation. Meanwhile, Do Tae-ak, chairman of the National Election Commission, resigned, taking responsibility for the ballot shortage crisis. Do announced his resignation on June 5th, just 2 days after the incident occurred.
I hope that gives everyone a better understanding of the story. And now let's continue with Mr. Vermont's presentation and hear more about his reporting and the message behind it.
Dear Rachel, dear friends and dear fellow participants, first of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to share a few thoughts with you. I'm truly sorry that I cannot be there with you in person. But I would have loved to sit among you, to listen, to learn, and to continue the conversation face to face. But even from a distance, I want you to know that Korea left a real impression on me, a real life impression on me. When I came to Korea, I came with the heart of someone who believes deeply in peace. But while I was there, I was reminded of something important. Peace is not only the absence of war. peace is also trust. Peace has to be based on trust. Peace is the confidence that the institutions serve the people, and peace is the quiet certainty that every citizen counts, that every voice matters, and that every vote is treated with dignity. And that is what inspired me to write an article about what happened at the Olympic Park in Seoul. I saw thousands of people, thousands of young people gathered around a place that had become a very important location. It had become a symbol. And this place is connected to the vote counting process, but also to a deeper question. And this deeper question is, can citizens still trust a system that is supposed to protect their democratic rights? What stood out the most was not only the enormous number of people that I saw there, it was also the seriousness of the young people. They were not there as a crowd without any direction. They were filming, they were discussing, they were sharing information, asking questions, and demanding clarity. They want to know what had happened, why ballot papers had run out in certain places, why voters had been forced to wait, and how such problems could be prevented in the future. And I think that matters, because democracy does not begin in the parliament. Democracy begins when an ordinary citizen walks into a polling station and believes that his or her vote will be accepted, that his or her vote will be protected, and that his or her vote will be counted. When that confidence is damaged, the answer cannot simply be silence. The answer must be truth, responsibility, and reform. While I was researching, reporting, and writing the story, one thought stayed with me very strongly. We live in a time where people too quickly jump from facts to accusations. A mistake becomes a theory. A delay becomes suspicion. A technical failure becomes a national wound. And this is why journalism has such an important responsibility. We must report what is visible, but we must also listen to what people feel. But we must also separate proven facts from claims that still need evidence. In my article that I have written about this and the interviews that I've done, I wanted to show that distinction clearly. There were real organizational failures. There were ballot shortages. There were delays. There was anger. And there was pressure on the election commission. There were calls for investigation. But there is also a duty to be careful with words like fraud, unless there is strong evidence to support them. And that, for me, is one of the essential lessons for journalists. We must never become servants of power, but we must also never become servants of noise. Our task is to stand close enough close enough to the people to understand their pain, but far enough from the storm to see the facts clearly. And the message I hope readers would take away is simple. Young people in Korea were not just protesting an election problem. They were defending the idea that democracy must be taken seriously. In every practical detail, a ballot paper may look small. A queue may look ordinary. A polling station may seem technical. But behind all of that, there is something really holy, sacred. The right of the citizen to be heard. And this is also a peace issue. Because when people feel unheard, society becomes fragile. When institutions fail to explain themselves, distrust grows. When young people believe their future is decided without them, frustration can become division. But when citizens are listened to, when mistakes are acknowledged, and when reforms are made, democracy can become stronger than ever before. And to my fellow journalists, I would say this: do not only report peace when leaders sign agreements. Report peace when citizens defend fairness. Report peace when young people ask for accountability in a peaceful way without giving up on democracy. Report peace when institutions are tested and society still chooses dialogue instead of violence. And above all, go there, stand there, and watch carefully. Listen honestly, and do not write only from a distance. Therefore, I wanted to go to the park, to the Olympia Park, where in 1988 there was the Olympic Games. Because sometimes the most important truth is not found in a press statement, but in the faces of the people who are standing in the streets, asking to be taken seriously. And it was an honor to see all these young people there defending democracy. Korea, this park, the Olympia Park, reminded me that peace is not passive. Peace requires courage. Democracy requires maintenance. And journalism requires responsibility. So even though I cannot be with you today, I was in the Olympia Park with the people there who were protesting. 10,000s of people. And I hope this message can serve as a small contribution to your fellowship. Because we have, as journalists, to keep asking difficult questions. We also have to be there to protect human dignity. We have to keep on reporting with accuracy, empathy, and courage. Because in the end, the work of peace is not done by one country. It's not done by one government or one generation. It's done by the people, the Korean students who refuse to look away, the Koreans sleeping in front of the Olympia Park. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you to all of you, and I wish you a meaningful and inspiring gathering. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Mr. Vermaat for preparing a powerful presentation and message for us. And thank you once again, everyone, for sharing both your story and experience behind it. By bringing your own reporting into today's discussion, you've given us the opportunity to better understand the realities of different communities. Moments like these remind us that journalism can do more than inform. It can foster dialogue, build understanding, and contribute to a more peaceful society. And if you didn't have the chance to share your work today, don't worry. If you have any media content you'd like to share, please let us know after today's fellowship. We'd be happy to feature your work through a MAGP media platform, the HWPL website, or even during one of our future fellowship sessions. We look forward to sharing your stories with our global media community. Although we work in different fields of media, we all share the same opportunity to influence how people see and understand the world. The facts we communicate matter, but so does the way we choose to present them. The stories we create, the voices we amplify, and the perspectives we share can encourage dialogue, foster understanding, and help build a more peaceful world. That's why responsible and balanced storytelling matters. Every piece of content we create has the potential to inform, inspire understanding, and contribute to a more peaceful world. It's truly valuable to hear these real experiences directly from journalists working in the field. And before we move on to our session 3, I'd like to hear some reflections for the presentation and whole entire events. Can I ask how was the event and how was the presentations? Is there anyone who wants to share first? We'd love to hear your voice and your insight and also your opinion. May I ask first, can I ask Mr. George? Mr. George? Can I ask your reflections for today's event? And what about Mr. Can I ask Mr. Lali Pusal first for your reflection? You contribute to your speech and your presentation. How was the event? And it was your first time.
It's not first time with the HWPL.
All right.
We were together. Yeah, I mean, with this session, yes, it is the first time, but we worked together previously. We also connected with the Marshall Island presentation and many other elements. And thank you so much for doing such a great thing to connect all the journalists from different parts of the world. It means a lot because we all share same story from our point of view from different locations, and the human struggling is same if I look at it in a different part of the world. Suffering is same, even and maybe a little bit different because of the demographic, maybe different because of the financial condition of the government as well, a little bit. But again, we are all made by similar element, I will say. We all share everything. I mean, it is very important that we also start to, I mean, through this session, I had a chance to learn the point of view of my fellow journalists from different countries, their understanding and what they are noticing in their area. So this is what this platform created for me, and I'm thankful for that. And I also like to say that do not stop over here. Everybody who came to this meeting, if you want to connect with me or even want to use my article for your own reference or something, you are most welcome. We are not charging anything for that. It's all available for free, and we do not advertise any sort of advertisement on our website. So you can read it through without any Google ads in between, as you see, like a platform being used. And we would like to collaborate with you guys if you have some very critical story which you want me to share to the European audience. I'm always there, and my foundation is always there as well. So yeah, and thank you. Stay connected in this network, and you can share your contacts once the meeting is done, or maybe Rachel, Amanda, if you have some system to see all the contacts of all the journalists who came, it will be beneficial for us to reach to them. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing, Mr. Lalitusa. Yeah, it was really meaningful to us as well. And let's stay connected together. And we hope if we have chance, like we can collaborate each other, right? And I also saw from the reflections from Miss Juliet. Can I read for her? Or Miss Juliet, is it possible to speak? Is it possible to speak, or I can read your reflection? Oh, thank you. Okay, then I can read. Miss Julia says the exchange today has been uplifting. There are many stories we can do today and using different platforms, not just news stories, but also through film. Plenty of work to do. These sessions are ever eye-opening and inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing, Miss Juliet. And I can see also in reflections from Mr. George. Come the wire. And I can read the reflection for him. The session today has been inspiring, motivating, and encouraging. I have learned a lot. Thank you for the wonderful moderation and contributions. Looking forward to networking my accounts, blah blah blah. Thank you. You can see his contact email and also contact number through the text. Thank you so much. And may I proceed to our next session, our last session, or I also want to hear from Andreas Clam. Since it's your second time in the fellowship, how was the event? Can you share the reflections?
It was, I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful. It was inspiring. It was impressive. It was touching, and it was providing educational information about the suffering of women because of some kind of false, how to describe it, because of some kind of inhuman activities, and which are not grounded on, which are not faith-based anyway. And this is, I guess it's just very important to use also the opportunity to provide education and information for people which probably might be limited to access free education and quality information. And I'm very thankful for the uplifting and inspiring content and the gathering and for the international exchange.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. A pleasure to hear your voice, your reflections. And may I ask from Mr. Harrison Peary, your reflection, please? How was the event and the entire event? Are you able to speak? Thank you.
The event was awesome, and it's good to watch or have stories from different journalists across the globe. No one is an expert in whatever we do. We learn from others each and every time. And when we see articles from different parts of the world and from written by different people, compiled by different journalists, it gives a good experience to anyone who has come across that article. Sometimes you might think that you are doing the best, but through interactions with the different journalists from different media houses, it gives you more experience for you to improve in our career. And as at now, we've got certain countries where they are facing a lot of challenges in terms of conflicts. They need a peace. As media houses, I think it is important for us to come up with more stories. We talk about peace, disaster, and prepare the minds of people whenever there is a disaster, how they can withstand that. I understand certain countries recently experienced earthquakes and different wars. As journalists, we play a critical role to bring the mindset of people together by airing or coming up with stories which can motivate them, which can preach peace, which can make them, feel that they are important. And once, as media houses, we disseminate such information, I believe we can come up with a world which is more peaceful than war. War can bring disaster in different angles of lives, be spiritual, physical, economically, and other angles. Countries can't develop. So, as a journalist, I think we have to come up with different stories which can make the world at peace, or which can bring the world at peace. I think such interactions are very important. We need more of such most of the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harrison Peary, for sharing your reflections. Yeah, interacting each other as a journalist is also the way to start the piece. And last but not the least, I'd like to hear from Mr. Kasongo. From your reflections, for your reflections, can you share? Are you able to speak, Mr. Kasongo? If not, you can also leave comments. You can also leave your reflections through comments. Thank you very much. Yes. Oh, I will read this for him. The session has been very inspiring. Listening to impact stories done by fellow journalists is encouraging. Indeed, we have a noble role in protecting human dignity for a better and peaceful world. Yes, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Kasongo, and thank you so much for everyone for sharing your reflections. I think we have lots of things to share and lots of things to talk, and there are still many topics to speak and share. But yeah, let's move. Let's move on to the session three. So first, the session three is for the community announcement. First, we'd like to encourage everyone to stay connected through our WhatsApp community. We hope this group become more than just a place for announcements. We'd love for it to be a space where we can connect, exchanging ideas, and get to know one another. Before our next fellowship, we'd like to give you a small and fun challenge. Once a week, simply share a photo from your daily life in the WhatsApp group. You can see the link in the comment in the chat, and it could be your workplace. You can share your photo. It could be your workplace, a behind the scenes moment, your morning coffee, or anything you'd like to share, or your articles, any contents that you create about peace, since we gather in the name of Global Peace Media. Uh, a simple forum, I start a conversation with someone on the other side of the world. We'd love to get to know the amazing people behind the stories you create. And next announcement. Before our next fellowship, if you publish an article, produce a radio program, create a documentary, podcast, video, or any other media content related to peace, dialogue, or social understanding, please feel free to share it with us through our WhatsApp group. Whether it's a link, a PDF, a video, or another format, we'd be delighted to see your effort. One meaningful story has the power to inspire conversations far beyond its original audience. We hope you will continue share those stories with this community. We are also pleased to share that outstanding content may have the opportunity to be featured on MAGP, HWPL's international media platform, allowing your contributions to reach an even wider international audience from Africa, Europe, North America, South America, and Asia as well. And so, for those who may not be unfamiliar with MAGP, this is an official international platform operated by HWPL headquarters, where we featured interviews with journalists worldwide sharing their professional insights and perspectives. It serves as a space where meaningful reporting, documentaries, broadcasts, podcasts, and other media content that promote dialogue, peace, and international cooperation can be shared with a global audience. We hope MAGP will become another platform where your stories can connect with people across borders. And next, for the upcoming events, the date of upcoming fellowship will be held on 25th of July. We sincerely hope to see you next fellowship as well. And lastly, for the last announcement, if you'd like to stay connected with HWPL and hear about future peace activities and events, you're warmly invited to join our community by becoming an HWPL member. For those who indicated in the registration form that they would like to become a member, we will proceed with your membership registration using the information you have already provided. If you would like to join but haven't had a chance to complete the membership section in the Google form yet, no worries. We will send you another invitation with the registration details after the event. We'd be delighted to welcome you and continue building this journey together. Once again, thank you to everyone for joining us at the second Global Peace Media Fellowship. Today's fellowship reminded us that although we come from different countries, cultures, and field of media, we are connected by a shared commitment to create meaningful content that informs, inspires, and brings people closer together. More than a place to exchanging ideas, this fellowship is becoming a community where media professionals can learn from one another, build lasting connections, and explore opportunities for future collaboration. We sincerely hope today's conversations will continue beyond these sessions and inspire meaningful stories, responsible media, and a stronger culture of dialogue and peace. Thank you once again for your participation. We truly appreciate your time and valuable contributions. Now, Let's take a commemorative photo wrapping up today's event with your index finger up. If it's possible, can you turn on your camera and can we join? Can you all join together to take a picture? Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Juliet. And now let's take a picture with raising your index finger. I will count 1, 2, 3. Okay. One, and you can say we are one. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We are
We are
one.
one.
Thank you. Can we do it one more time? And now let's do it with a heart. Can you show a heart? You can show small heart, medium heart, big heart, or yeah, whatever heart you can make. Thank you. Let's say 1, 2, 3. We are one.
One.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you very much, everyone. We look forward
Thank
to
you.
welcoming you again at our next Global Peace Media Fellowship. And have a wonderful day, everyone, and see you next month. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Rachel.
Well done.
And
Well done. Thank you.
Miss Kusal was
thank
really
you.
impressive. I learned a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
I miss you, Bye,
So much.
Zambia.
Bye-bye. 감사합니다. Thank you. Leave. You can now leave.